On this James Bike Guy, we're taking a look at something really cool from X-Fusion. It's their new Manic dropper post. This is a super affordable dropper post from X-Fusion, and a whole bunch of attention has been paid to make sure that this one is a lot more durable than the high-low that came before it. Now, I'll have a link down in the description below so you can see what the going price is for one of these. But in the realm of things, this is pretty affordable, especially considering how nice that these dropper posts are. So we're going to go into some of the features and designs of this post. I'll talk about some of the internals inside of it, but most importantly, we'll find out exactly what it weighs. So if you enjoy this kind of thing while watching the video, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you can see more videos like this in the future. With everything out of the package here, you're going to see that the Manic dropper post is going to come with the post itself. It'll come with a cable and housing that you'll need to install it. And then it's also going to come with its own lever, which is pretty neat in its own right. Now, the Manic dropper post looks very nice. It's available in a ton of sizes, and the one we're looking at here is the 125 millimeter drop in a 30.9. Now, they do make these all the way from 100 millimeter drop to 170, so you can get a super wide range. And they make them, of course, in 30.9 like this, 31.6, and the newer 34.9 that you're starting to see on a lot of bikes like Specialized. So as we check this out, a couple of things to mention. The head on the dropper post is going to be a 2-bolt design. And what that allows for is with these 2 bolts, you can adjust the angle of your saddle. Very easy to get an exact setting. The other thing is instead of having knurling points on the clamp, with the 2 bolts, you won't ever have to worry about this slipping on you. Going through, nice black stanchion for the drop, and then it's going to go to this aluminum body, which you can see is actually tapered. So you see that right there? And that's because it's tapering to the canister that's on the inside. So the outside here is the size of the mount into the frame, so the 30.9, and it drops down in so that the cylinder that actuates the dropper post setup is snugly installed. Now that cylinder is going to be a charged cylinder which has a separate internal piston so that air and oil don't mix, which is going to allow this to be super reliable, and it's actuated with a lever arm down here on the bottom. And this is something that I find really neat. As we take a look at the action, you can see that the way this goes in is on an angle, and it allows a much lighter lever feel when you're using the thumb lever on the handlebar. And that's important because they wanted to revise the way this operated so that you get full depression of the pin on the inside to make the gas cylinder allow this to extend, but at the same time not having so much weight or leverage that you end up having issues with cabling or the ability to get it done when you're on the trail. For demonstration on how that works, I'm going to just use my finger to operate this, and you'll see with relatively light effort, I can move this out super slow or pull it down and it'll operate real quick. So again, we'll press down, close that up there, and that's equivalent to your body sitting onto the saddle. Pull the lever, and I'm going to pull it fast, and you'll see it'll extend real quick. Super nice, very quiet operation. To take it apart, this unthreads on the bottom. You've got a spot for a set of pin pliers, and then your collar up here will loosen up as well, and that'll allow it to come apart. The cylinder that's on the inside to make this operate, it's about $25 to replace. So if and when this does need service, both it's going to be super easy as well as really inexpensive. And then we get to the lever. The lever, personally, I think punches above the weight of what this whole dropper post setup weighs. So this will have a clamp that goes right around the handlebar. This is set up where you can get different adapters to be able to match it up with brake levers if you want to. But that's going to clamp around the handlebar. Nothing too special there. But what is really neat about this setup is going to come into the way that this lever gets oriented. So you can see here, it's pretty straight out, but with a little turn on your adjusting barrel, you'll see that there's a hex here. I think that's about an 8mm size if I'm guessing. And that's going to allow you to adjust in rotation anywhere that you want this lever to be. So if you want it there, you can tighten down. I think it's got a torque spec of 3 Newton meters. That'll tighten down into place, and you can get the orientation of the lever exactly how you want it. You do have a barrel adjuster on the end, and that barrel adjuster is going to allow you to tighten and loosen the tension on the cable. And this is a setup where the end of the cable, which is just like a shift cable, slides into the back of the lever here, out, and then it gets attached with this barrel. So that barrel right there has a lock nut that jams the cable, clips right into the little mechanism at the bottom of the dropper post. That's not my favorite way for cables to attach, but I'll forgive it because this lever is super nice, especially to be both included and that nice at this price point. So now that we've taken a look at some of the features of this dropper post, of course it's time to find out what it weighs. So I'm going to weigh just our dropper post here, and with it on the scale, dropper post is going to come in at 466 grams. Take that off. And then our lever is going to come in and weigh pretty light, 44 grams. So that means we're talking about 510 grams for the total setup. Well, thanks for watching this video. Go ahead and let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. This X-Fusion dropper post is pretty neat for what you get here and would be an awesome upgrade to an older bike or one that has a junky dropper post that just needs to be replaced. Well, thanks again. Be sure to hit that thumbs up, the like button down below, leave those comments, and don't forget to subscribe. That way we can see each other in the next video.